I was going to speak about how important it is that we have people working in this space, but apparently I need to rewind and talk about why it's important for us to have culturally responsive programs, because I have worked at domestic violence shelters before, and actually, when you see people come in that are from majority groups, they have resources that are available to them that other folks don't have. And those are resources that are both programming that is culturally responsive to the majority group, that is white people, and straight and cisgendered people. But also, they have resources outside of that, like families and savings and things like that that help support them moving forward, that folks who are from minority communities do not have. And I don't know that I need to rewind this far, but I will, because the reality is people from our communities were not allowed to hold property. We were not allowed to buy homes. Historically, there is a reason why my family is not as far ahead as your family might be, and that is because it's not because they were lazy, it's not because they weren't able to work, it was because that we were held in slavery, it's because we were prohibited from being able to access generational wealth because of our inability to own homes in good areas. And this is an important conversation that we absolutely, I'm sick of having it, but we have to keep having it. The reason why we need these programs for communities that are underrepresented is because they have not had access to this. They do not have the wealth in their family to say, well, I'm just gonna stay at my sister's house instead of staying in this house, because they don't have a sister that has a home that has room for their whole family. Like, these are the realities that our communities are facing. And for you to look at this bill, for anybody to look at this bill, I'm not gonna direct it at anybody in particular, for anybody to look at this bill and say that this is something that is biased is wrong, because history has been biased against us, and now we are trying to rectify that. That's what equity is. It's not equality, it's equity. Thank you.
I'd just like to point out, I've never said anything in the 5 sessions that I've been in. My grandparents were sharecroppers. I lied about my age at 15 to get an overnight job and worked a full-time overnight job while still being a small dairy farmer, and have supported myself entirely from the time I was 15 years old. We didn't have running water in the house because we were losing the farm to bankruptcy from the time I was a senior in high school through college. I showered at school. I washed my clothes at a laundromat. When you look at anyone and make a judgment about them, just based on the color of their skin, I think that is the problem that's going on with this country. And I just wish we'd get away from that and just take everyone and give everyone full value. Thank you, Chair.
Between those two messages, who sounds more like MLK?